I would vividly remember the times when I was younger and I would wake up at like 6 or 7 in the morning to play Call of Duty on the PS4. And I'm not even lying, I would literally, like, the first thing I do when I wake up, like the moment my eyes open, I would switch on the PS4. I wouldn't go to the toilet to brush my teeth or wash my face. The first thing I would do is switch on my PlayStation and play Call of Duty. And I would do that for 8 straight hours. I would literally just play COD. Here and there, I would go downstairs to get some food and I'd bring it back to my room and eat it. And obviously, it was shit food like fucking Nutella sandwiches and just like fucking popcorn and chocolates and all that shit. Like, I wouldn't eat healthy. I was basically this like fat, lazy little piece of shit. I used to indulge in so much instant gratification first thing in the morning as well. What's going on? I'm Sid and I'm a second year medical student. Why was I so lazy? If I had to think about it, it probably came down to a few things: a lack of priority, feeling overwhelmed, and not even knowing just where to start. And in this video, I'll go over the ways and the things that I use to actually get out of that pattern of laziness and just not doing anything with my life, and simply how to do the important work, how to do the work when you don't feel like doing it. Because take a second and think about your ideal day. Imagine that, like, you wake up, you journal, you probably meditate, you have your coffee, you go on a morning walk, things like that. Imagine at the end of the day, you've crossed off every single thing you wanted to do, like, for that day. Whether it was to finish reading the book Atomic Habits, whether it's to finish making flashcards for your upcoming physics test, or simply you're trying to get started on your personal statement for uni. And I get it, it's hard. It's hard doing everything. As a medical student, like, I'm doing so many things. I'm studying, I need to go out with my friends, I need to call my mom, tell her I'm okay. I need to run a society. Like, there's just so much shit going on. And I know how overwhelming it can feel. And our first thing to do is, just sit on the sofa and forget all about it. Just be lazy and pretend like it's not happening. So the first thing I want to talk about is the mindset. Be good, not perfect. This might be the single most important advice when it comes to being lazy and how to actually get out of being lazy. Because imagine how much pressure you put on yourself. You have to read this book by the end of this week. You need to go to the gym 6 days a week. You have to revise for your upcoming exams, and you're putting so much pressure on yourself. And the most important thing when it comes to laziness is the reason why we don't do things is because of it has to be perfect. That's the reason why, you're not reading that book. That's why you're playing your PS5. That's why you're on fucking Fortnite. That's why you're in bed watching TikTok live videos of people doing some dumb fucking degenerate shit. And I'm not bullshitting. That's the reality. So you need to change that perception. Don't aim for perfection, aim to just be good. Because imagine if you sit down and you study for 6 hours, right? And you wanted to study for 8 hours today, right? You're gonna feel so shit that you didn't hit the 8, but yet you still hit 6, and 6 is still pretty fucking good if you ask me. And eventually what that will do is it's gonna make you think, oh, like, you can't do it. Then you'll become lazy and complacent and you'll just give up because you set yourself such high expectations, of being perfect, when, just try to be good, because you can't be perfect. Think about your like imaginary day and how well things can go. It's not going to happen because the goal is to be good, not perfect. So next I want to talk about is reverse engineering the problem. What does that mean? So let's say, for example, you're in your chemistry class and your teacher says, okay, guys, you have a big chemistry test coming up next week. And immediately you think to yourself, oh shit, like, I haven't studied for it. There's about 20 topics and I don't even know where to start. Okay, you see, that is the problem. You're seeing this as like one big beast to like fucking conquer. But all you really need to do is just break it down. Break it down in such a way, right, that you know what to do every single day, right? That's the goal. That's what you want to do. You want to break it down into steps, into actionable steps that you can do each and every single day leading up to that goal. So you could look at that task, oh, I've got 20 topics to study in 7 days. Well, reverse engineer it, and now you've only got 3 topics to study per day. That's reverse engineering. You've taken the problem, you've analyzed it, and now you've broken it into actionable steps you can do each and every single day. Does that make sense? Because guess what? By day 7, you've completed the task. You fucking slayed that dragon. And how powerful is that? The next step I want to talk about is creating separate environments for work and for relaxing. What does that mean? That's simply don't do your work or don't relax in the same place that you do your work. Why shouldn't you do that? Because what happens is your brain begins to associate specific actions and behaviors in a specific environment when you keep doing that action in that one environment. Take your bed, for example. When you jump into your bed, what do? You probably scroll on Instagram, you probably message your friends, and you probably just, fall asleep in your bed. When you go to the kitchen, what do? You prepare food and you eat it. Let's say you have a place in your house where you like to study. So for me, it's the living room where, like I'm sitting here right now on this desk doing work. Now, the worst thing I can do is work here, do my reading, my planning, and all that sort of stuff here, and taking out my phone to go and fucking watch YouTube shorts. I will literally just get up from here. I will leave this spot and just go over to the sofa and sit on the phone on the sofa to like watch whatever it is I want to watch. It's so important to create these separate environments because I don't want my brain to think. I don't want to think for a second that, yeah, it's okay like to study here and to read here, but to also like relax and message people and FaceTime people here. Because once I come here and I sit down, I just want my brain to automatically think, yeah, okay, this is the place where I'm going to get work done. This is where all that stuff is going to happen. And if I do need to get up and relax or watch TV, I'm going to go do that in another room or on the sofa. Like, it's so important to have those two separate environments. And maybe that's like an issue you're facing right now where, you're feeling lazy and you're not getting the work done. Maybe because you're sitting in a place trying to do work where you spend hours scrolling on TikTok or fucking playing games, right? It's so much better for you to, okay, say, yeah, this is where I'm going to do all of that stuff, all the fucking fun stuff. And I'm going to go work somewhere else. I'm going to go either to the library or I'm going to go downstairs, set up a new environment and work there. So if there's one important thing you can take away from this step is create a separate environment and don't mix the two. Right? Don't do that at all. Create the separate environments, do your work in one place and do your relaxing leisure stuff in a different place. So remember the 3 things that I said. Be good, don't be perfect, reverse engineer the problem, and create separate environments for when you work and when you relax. And I promise you, if you do these 3 things, you will see a difference. You won't be lazy and actually get the work done that you're supposed to do. Because think about me, when I was younger and I'd spend fucking 8-12 hours a day playing PlayStation, I had nothing else to do. Imagine if I carried on, down that trajectory. Imagine I never, did these 3 things. I reckon I'd still probably be there. I reckon I'd still be playing PlayStation. I'd still be doing some dumb shit, probably on my phone or something, and not make anything of my life. But because I've changed that narrative, because I've changed my beliefs, now, I've earned a degree, I'm studying medicine, it's all going good, I hope. So try it out and let me know in the comments how you got on. If you found what I said helpful, do like the video and subscribe because it helps out a ton. And remember, growth lives outside the comfort zone. So I'll see you in the next one.